Yeah. One time for the structural integrity, foundation, low frequency. I measure life by the weight of the rebar. Cement lung breathing dust from a streetcar. It is heavy lifting, shifting the paradigm, ticking like a pendulum, weaponized over time. The architecture is a skeleton of cold gray, old ways buried where the rusted pipes lay. I am looking for the fracture in the aggregate, hard to navigate, watching how the mass shifts. Iron beam screaming under pressure of the sky. I do not blink, I do not ask the builder why. I just stand firm, spine like a pillar stone, leather skin stretched over marrow and brittle bone. No blueprints for the spirit in the basement, just a replacing of pavement for pavement. A cycle of erosion, salt on the asphalt, breaking down the system, pointing out the mass fault. Harder than the kiln of the street life, steel sharpen steel, cutting through the heat right. Fortitude is found in the foundation, steady in the flux, constant observation. Harder than the kiln of the street life, steel sharpen steel, cutting through the heat right. Wait for the hammer, listen for the crack. Iron in the blood, never looking back. I study how the brickwork reacts to the cold, a story of the grit told in layers of mold. Survival is a science, a chemical reaction, seeking out the peace in the middle of distraction. The city is a clock with a broken mainspring, watching what the winter and the heavy rain bring. I am a tenant, the moment, lease on the breath, counting every second like a wager with death. The silhouettes are shifting on the tenement wall. I learned how to climb before I learned how to fall. The iron does not bend, it just snaps or it holds, breaking out the patterns in the seasonal molds. Eyes wide catching every glint on the chrome, making every alleyway a segment of home. Internal architecture reinforced by the soul, staying in the center while they are losing control. Harder than the kiln of the street life, steel sharpen steel, cutting through the heat right. Fortitude is found in the foundation, steady in the flux, constant observation. Harder than the kiln of the street life, steel sharpen steel, cutting through the heat right. Wait for the hammer, listen for the crack. Iron in the blood, never looking back. Pillar in the post, iron in the blood, stone in the spirit. Yeah, stay steady.
Watch the weight, it is heavy.
Check the load-bearing walls. Out. Yeah. Watch the angles. The weight of the world. Straight up. The grid is a trap designed by iron hands. 90-degree turns across the dead lands. The architecture rigid and the blueprints are cold, counting every digit till the bodies get old. Vertical pressure from the towers above. No space for pity, no room for the love. Just columns of stone in the gray sky ceiling. Numb to the touch, we lost all the feeling. Geometry of streets where the circles don't fit. Locked in the box, yeah, we live in the pit. The layout is lethal, the planning is grim. Survival is calculated, sink or you swim. Keep your back to the wall, watch the intersection. Calculated movements, perfect direction. The city is a furnace, the buildings are walls, waiting for the moment when the masonry falls. The pavement is heavy, so heavy. The asphalt is cold, so cold. The pressure is constant, every day. The iron won't fold, hold, never fold. Keep it moving. Hold the weight. The weight of the steel is a physical load. Walking through the vapor on the cracked out road. Walking through the vapor on the cracked out road. The infrastructure sags under years of the stress. Life is a trial, a game of the chess. Gravity pulls at the base of your spine, holding up the block like a tectonic line. The magnitude is massive, the scale is immense. The atmosphere is thick like a gallon of tar. Trying to find the exit, but you don't get far. You breathe in the suit and the dust of the grind, leaving all the weakness in the soft parts behind. Hardened by the friction of the sidewalk slate, accepting the burden, accepting the fate. The steel beams groan in the wind and the rain, channeling the pressure, channeling the pain. The pavement is heavy, so heavy. The asphalt is cold, so cold. The pressure is constant, every day. The iron won't fold, hold, never fold. The pressure is constant, Every day, the iron won't fold, never fold. Yeah, inside the cranium, the metal gets forged. Empty out the spirits where you stand all alone. Temper the resolve and you stand all alay. Building up a fortress where you stand all alay. The psychological toll is a mountain of salt. I jam my tree with torrents, he's a ballad of vault. Endurance is a currency, keep it rhythmic and slow. The grindstone is turning so the building so high. Underneath the blackness of the spirit so high. Since the very minute that the body was born, finding out the hard way, there is no other way. The ground doesn't spin but it never will stop. Hold the line steady, keep the feet on the floor. The city is a beast and it is looking intact. Standing on the asphalt and that is a fact. The pressure makes diamonds or a path of my own. Hold the weight, 90 degrees. The grid never fold, yeah. Kick the weight, slide. Yeah. Steady on the corner, holding it down. Pavement heat rising from the iron grate. 7:30 sharp, never show up late. Metal shutters clank heavy on the chain. Leather-soled shoes walking through the rain. Old man Vito with the silver shears, trimming away all the forgotten years. Tucked in the corner of the brick and mortar, watching every sign's just a name in ink. Tougher than the metal in the kitchen sink. Currency flows in a dusty stream. Waking up the block from a heavy sleep. Stocking the shelves with the daily bread. Knowledge is the weight inside a heavy head. Paying back a debt that ain't settled yet. Keep the gates locked. Front to back, we keep the gates locked. Where the clock stop. Steady on the corner where the clock stop. Merchant of the corner where the clock stop. Merchant of the block, king of the trade. Sharpening the edge of a rusted blade. Holding it down, yeah. The newsstand vendor got the wisdom of the street. Stacking up the papers by his tired feet. Ink on his thumb like a brand new mark. Light from a match cutting through the dark. Hardware store with the copper and the lead. Fixing what is broken, keeping spirits fed. They try to buy the land, try to shift the tide. But the roots go deep where the old souls hide. But the roots go deep where the old souls hide. Mastering the craft at a steady rate. Mastering the craft of precise design. So walking through the alley on a thin gray line. Each storefront stands like a silent guard. Life on the asphalt is a little bit hard. Keep the ledger clean, keep the focus tight. Watching all the madness in the dead of night. Keep the gates locked. Front to back, we keep the gates locked. Where the clock stop. Steady on the corner where the clock stop. Merchant of the corner where the clock stop. Merchant of the block, king of the trade. Sharpening the edge of a rusted blade. Yeah. Brick and mortar, slide, still standing. The weight of history, no movement. Kick the weight, slide, the trade. Precision, one time, out. Yeah. Hold the light. Orange vapor burning through the sleet. Watch the asphalt freezing near my feet. Iron tracks buzz a low frequency. Locked in this borough's cold sequence C. Broken glass holds the color of the gray. Waiting for the sun to find another way. The system grinds like rusted teeth of fate. Standing guard inside the winter's heavy gate. Yeah. Steam rises from the vents in the floor. History is knocking at the basement door. I'm a relic of the street, corner blues. Walking through the slush in my scuffed shoes. Walking through. Subway still screaming under frozen skin. Where does the metal end and I begin? The lamppost is a witness to the crime. A vow was lost inside the pockets of time. Salt on the curb eating through the leather. holding it together in the killing weather. Just the strict laws of the social order. Third eye open while the rest are closed. The blueprint of the struggle is exposed. Watch the trains, every single move exposed. Watch the train snake through the dark tunnel. Life getting poured through a narrow funnel. True. One boat fighting back the heavy ink. Too much pressure makes a weak mind blink. I see the pattern in the falling flakes, calculating every single move it takes. The burrow breeds a heavy lack of hope, trying to climb a ladder made of rope. The grit is failing, but the filament holds, burning bright against the bitter biting coals. Physics of survival in the dark expanse, giving the forgotten just a second glance. It's the resonance of the hollow chest, putting the integrity the final test. Final test. Last one standing when the shift is done, fighting for a victory that's never won. Casting circles on the dirty slushy ground, the only honest signal that can be found. Babylon is shivering in the midnight air, but this orange eye gives a steady stare. No chanting needed for the tungsten wire, just the persistence of the chemical fire. End of the line where the tracks all rust, turning all the grounded while the wind is loud. Precision in the flow like a surgeon's hand. Stay grounded. The light, steady, chemical fire, cold. Hold on, yeah.
Check the pressure. Breathe in the suit. One time.
Asphalt, architecture, pressure on the temple. Mental, elemental, skeletal, detrimental, fundamental. Iron silhouettes, high rise, horizontal, breathing with the steam. The iron lung is seething, seam, main can, frantic, kinetic, emphatic, automatic in the attic, erratic but systematic. Right angles, tangles, the sky is a sliver. Deliver the shiver, the rhythm of the river. Granite skin sinew within the internal, infernal, eternal, nocturnal. The journal is filled with the spills of the bills and the thrills, the chills of the kills where the iron remains still. Sinew in the marrow is the path of the arrow, harrowing the marabin, the burden is narrow. Pavement, bereavement, achievement of the treatment. Underneath the iron where the marrow meets the basement. Mastery, vacancy, no agency. Blatantly a Genesee, the duplicacy, the thickness of the agency. The vertical mass. Keep moving. Don't look up. Yeah. Urban geometry, telemetry, the chemistry of misery and history, the mystery of the remedy. Vertical velocity, atrocity, ferocity, irreciprocities of the city, the viscosity, the smog, the fog, the log of the struggle, the juggle of the rubble, the bubble in the puddle, mental grit, asphalt, bit shatter the mass. Iron the mass, iron perplast, weight of the glass, wait for the past. Angle lungs, breathing in the carbon and the rust, in the crush of the crush, we are turning to the dust, no leverage. Average, the savage in the dust, no leverage. Average, the savage in the wreckage, testing the message, the passage in the vestige. The grid is a furnace, we are the coal in the hole. The toll of the stroll, the control of the soul. Hold it, the pressure, breathe. Vertical mass, iron lungs. Vertical mass, iron lungs. Vertical mass, iron lungs. Keep moving, breathe.
Check the pressure. Breathe in the suit.
king on a throne of wet tire. Steam escapes the manhole like a heavy secret. If you find a little spark, you better try to keep it. The asphalt is a sheet of glass under the boot. I'm looking for a jacket with a little more loot. Wool cap pull low to the bridge of the nose. Wool cap pull low to the bridge of the nose. The wind is a razor, and everyone knows the radiator's knocking like a debt collects fist. I'm writing down the names of the things that I missed. A lukewarm sun that forgot that I missed. I see the lukewarm soda and a sandwich from the store, waiting for the heat to crawl across the floor. The borough is a freezer with the light bulb gone. We're waiting with a frame, just a frame full of frost. Counting up the hours and the tax and the cost. They talk about the industry like it's a shiny thing. I'd rather have a heater than a Don Rochelle. Trying to find a story that we don't have to sell. The pocket is empty, but the mind is awake. Running out of luck at the turnstile gate. We're building up a fort out of cardboard and tin. To booking for a verb, then the sanity in. My cousin's in the basement, fixing up a leak. He hasn't seen the sky for at least a whole week. I saw a man huddled by a bus stop sign. He was sharing out a smoke and he looked just fine. A tiny bit of friction in a world of ice. The city doesn't care if your fingers go blue. It's a giant clockwork that's passing on through. I saw a man cycle of a long form delay. I'm tired of the polish and the fake ass grin. I'm tired of the polish and the fake ass grin. I want the dirty texture underneath the skin. The mumble in the vocal is a choice, not a flaw. I'm waiting for the moment when the pipes finally thaw. No, I'm waiting for the moment when the pipes finally thaw. No miracles here, just a plumber and a wrench. And close the heavy door and let the deadbolt slide. Just drifting like the snow in a pile by the vent. The city is a giant that's holding its breath. A walk to the corner is a dance with a death. But I found a little warmth in a stranger's nod. A temporary peace in a world that is hard. Just a human pulse in a landscape of steel. Trying to remember how the sun used to feel. Keep the lights low while the record spins round. A symphony of grit and a search of Mayan sound. A symphony, a lesson in the way Reneean sound. The winter is a lesson in the way we survive. Staying lukewarm just to feel a bit alive.
Stay warm. The ice is thick.
East Coast logic, no, watch how we move. Cold iron grip on the steering wheel. Calculate maneuvers, making sure that it's real. No sermon spoken, just the weight of the work. Built this whole empire from the mud and the dirt. I am the architect of the logic, master of craft. Dividing up the shares while they stuck on the draft. Thick leather jackets, heavy boots on the tiles. Running through the borough for 100,000 miles. Bring the physics of the hustle and the mastery of me. I don't need a pulpit, I just need a pen to document the dominance of kings among men. Turning every struggle into leverage for the game. Sharp eyes focused on the structural integrity. Leaving all the weak ones to the waste of posterity. Triumphant in the struggle, dominant in the lane. Gritty with the vision, never feeling the pain. Success is the standard, the authority is mine. Drawing out the blueprint, staying on the grind. We on the pavement, we claim the crown. Heavy is the head that never lets the kingdom down. Built from the grit, rising from the floor. Check the pedigree, we don't need to ask for more. Chess moves, checkmate, leave them in the dust. Polished chrome finish, never seeing the rust. I'm a high calefactor, the pressure makes diamonds. Scaling up the mountain while the others keep climbing. Respect is the currency, the only thing that lasts. Forging out a future while I'm killing off the past. Heavyweight status, they all recognize the sound of a king reclaiming every inch of the ground. Of a king reclaiming every inch of the thought. Value in the lessons that the hard times taught. Raw power moving through the district like a train. Nothing but a winner's blood pumping through the vein. Tactical advantage, keep the focus on the prize. I can see the weakness in the rival's eyes. Stakes getting higher, but the heart is getting cold. Writing out the future in a script that's bold. Triumphant in the struggle, dominant in the lane. Gritty with the vision, never feeling the pain. Success is the standard, the authority is mine. Drawing out the blueprint, staying on the grind. We on the pavement, we claim the crown. Heavy is the head that never lets the kingdom down. Built from the grit, rising from the floor. Check the pedigree, we don't need to ask for more. Yeah, authority. Calculated moves, we don't miss. Smart money. Heavyweight.
Fade it out.